Kail in crisis. Kail Lowry's fiancé Elijah Scott accused of cheating on Teen Mom star just months after their twins were born in the often unpredictable and emotionally charged world of reality television. Few stars have experienced the same public scrutiny as Teen Mom alum Kail Lowry. Known for her candid demeanor and unwavering openness about motherhood, relationships, and personal growth, Kail has invited millions of fans into her life for over a decade. But with that transparency comes exposure, and the latest wave of headlines hitting the reality star points to an unsettling chapter. Her fiancé Elijah Scott has been accused of cheating, just months after the couple welcomed their twin sons. This development has stunned longtime followers of Kail, leaving many wondering, is Kail's love life once again in crisis? Before diving into the cheating allegations, it's important to understand Kail's journey. Her evolution from a young single mom on MTV to a podcasting powerhouse and author, raising 7 children. Kail Lowry's story began in 16 and pregnant, where she quickly captured audiences with her blunt honesty, strength, and fierce independence. Over the years, she has built a media brand around her identity as a mother navigating life's twists and turns in the public eye. Kail is a mother to 7 children, each from different relationships that have come with their own share of trials and controversies. From her co-parenting challenges with Joe Rivera, Javi Mariquin, and Chris Lopez, to battles over custody and communication, Kail has never shied away from showing the world her vulnerable side. In 2022, Kail started dating Elijah Scott, a quieter presence than some of her previous partners. Their relationship moved relatively quickly by public standards. After a year of dating, they purchased a house together, and in 2023, Kail announced she was pregnant with twins, babies 6 and 7. The couple appeared happy and aligned in their goals for family and stability, making the current allegations all the more shocking. Elijah Scott has never sought the limelight the way some of Kail's exes have. In fact, his lack of media presence was one of the reasons fans were initially supportive of the relationship. He stayed out of drama, avoided social media spats, and seemed to offer a calming influence for Kail, who has dealt with a carousel of very public relationship upheavals. But with the peace came questions. Viewers and fans noted Elijah's reluctance to engage publicly with Kail's projects, including her various podcasts and appearances. While Kail defended his privacy, it was clear that his low profile was a double-edged sword, appealing yet enigmatic. Now that mystery is leading to suspicion. The cheating rumors began circulating online in early 2025, shortly after Kail and Elijah welcomed their twin boys. At first, the murmurs were faint. Anonymous posts on Reddit, unverified DMs claiming Elijah had been seen with another woman, whispers on gossip blogs. But it didn't take long for the stories to snowball. A viral TikTok video claimed that a woman had been involved with Elijah for months, alleging that he had led a double life. The video, which featured screenshots of alleged messages and blurred photos, fueled a wildfire of speculation. Though the source remained unnamed, the tone and timing of the claims struck a chord with fans who had grown protective of Kail. Soon, more social media accounts joined in, asserting that Elijah had been emotionally distant and unfaithful during Kail's pregnancy and postpartum period. The chatter hit a fever pitch when Kail's own social media activity seemed to shift. Cryptic quotes on Instagram stories, absence of recent photos with Elijah, and podcast episodes that hinted at betrayal. Kail has not confirmed the allegations directly, but her online silence on Elijah's birthday, a day she had previously celebrated with loving tributes, was seen as a loud statement. This isn't Kail's first time navigating rocky relationship waters. Her past includes betrayal, heartbreak, and difficult breakups, all of which played out on camera and in the tabloids. From her volatile relationship with Javi Mariquin, who was also accused of cheating, to her toxic dynamic with Chris Lopez, Kail has developed a pattern of trusting partners who ultimately disappoint her. What sets this situation apart is the timing. Kail had just delivered twins, her most physically and emotionally demanding chapter yet. As a mother of 7, including 2 infants, she is in the thick of postpartum recovery, nighttime feedings, and managing her household. That Elijah might have chosen this moment to be unfaithful, if the rumors are true, feels like a particular kind of betrayal. The psychological weight of postpartum betrayal can be crushing. Mothers are especially vulnerable during this period, as they face not only hormonal changes and physical recovery, but also a deep need for emotional safety. For someone like Kail, who has already experienced deep relational wounds, this betrayal, real or rumored, could reawaken old trauma. The public response to the cheating allegations has been divided. Some fans have rallied around Kail, expressing outrage and disappointment in Elijah. The idea that he may have broken trust while she was recovering from childbirth sparked intense anger among her supporters. Others, however, have called for caution. Without confirmed evidence or a statement from Kail herself, critics argued that jumping to conclusions is irresponsible. "We don't know what's going on behind closed doors," one follower wrote. "She's been through enough, let her speak when she's ready." That sentiment echoes the broader discourse around public figures and privacy. While Kail has chosen to share much of her life online and through her podcasts, Coffee Convos, Barely Famous, and Baby Mama's No Drama, this doesn't necessarily mean she owes fans every detail of her personal crisis. There's a difference between transparency and trauma tourism. Still, the speculation continues, particularly because Kail's behavior is feeding it. Fans who once saw constant updates from her have noticed a drop in content. Her tone has shifted, her laughter less frequent on air, and her normally sharp commentary more subdued. In the court of public opinion, the silence is loud. Kail's pregnancy with twins was a major milestone. She kept the news private for several months before finally confirming their arrival. It was a unique moment in her journey, hopeful, joyful, and filled with anticipation. She shared snippets of their birth and first few weeks, showing a side of herself that was softer, deeply maternal, and optimistic about her future with Elijah. To have that hopefulness potentially shattered so soon is painful. Raising twins is hard under any circumstances. Doing it in the shadow of betrayal is something else entirely. The exhaustion of sleepless nights combined with emotional hardship creates a perfect storm of vulnerability. While Kail has a strong support network, including her older sons, friends, and podcast co-hosts, there's no doubt this moment feels isolating. What was supposed to be a time of bonding and celebration has become a time of questions and crisis. As for Elijah, he has not made any public statements about the cheating allegations. His silence has prompted even more speculation. Some believe he's staying quiet to avoid escalating the situation. Others interpret the lack of denial as a tacit admission of guilt. Unlike Kail's previous partners, Elijah hasn't had a media platform to defend himself. He has no reality TV fame, no podcast, and no robust social media following. That makes it easier for him to retreat into the shadows. But it also makes it harder for fans to humanize him or give him the benefit of the doubt. The longer he stays silent, the more control Kail has over the narrative, which may or may not be intentional. The question on everyone's mind is, what will Kail do next? Historically, Kail has never been one to stay silent for long. Whether through a podcast confession, an Instagram live, or a published blog post, she tends to speak her truth in her own time. If the allegations are true, fans expect that she will eventually open up and possibly make another major life pivot. If the relationship with Elijah ends, Kail will face the daunting reality of co-parenting twins with someone she no longer trusts. She's done it before, but this chapter may prove even more difficult. The logistics alone, shared custody of infants, communication with an ex-partner who was once her fiancé, can be overwhelming. And if the relationship survives, Kail will face a different set of challenges. Rebuilding trust after betrayal, especially in the public eye, requires immense effort, transparency, and vulnerability. Not everyone in her circle or fan base will approve. Whatever path she chooses, Kail will likely document it. That's been her pattern. Her authenticity is part of what keeps fans invested, even when the content is painful. If the cheating allegations against Elijah Scott are true, they mark yet another chapter in Kail Lowry's complex and emotionally fraught relationship history. What makes this time different is the context, the postpartum period, the presence of twins, the relatively private nature of Elijah's public profile. Fans have watched Kail rise and fall many times over. They've seen her fight, cry, laugh, and rebuild. She is no stranger to heartbreak, but with each experience, she seems to grow more self-aware, more reflective, and more determined to protect her peace. This latest situation may be painful, but it's not the end of Kail's story.